is part 5. Like I said, I had a really bad picture everything. It's part 5 of movie ago. I did make there were I think I did I believe yeah. I did a gunshot and I forgot to put it in here. But it's okay. It is what it is. It's already been published, so yeah. Anyways, hair's acting up. We're okay, Liam keeps saying, his voice soft but certain. We're okay. And somehow I believe him. When the officers finally step away to speak with dispatch, Liam pulls me into his arms. The rain has softened to a drizzle, clinging to his eyelashes, dripping from his hair. His chest rises and falls against mine, warm and alive and real. You scared me, I whispered. He presses his forehead to mine. You scared me too. We stand there for a long moment, wrapped in each other. The world around us fading into the soft hum of rain and distant silence. His thumb brushes my my cheek, wiping away a tear I didn't realize had fallen. Sarah, who knows? I'm not going anywhere. Something inside me cracks open, not in a painful way, but in a way that feels like a light breaking through after too many dark days. I don't want you to, I say. He smiles, small and tired and beautiful. Good. The officers return, their voice gentle. They tell us we'll need to come back to the hospital, not as prisoners, not as patients in trouble, but as two people who went through something terrifying and need support. They promise we won't be punished. They promise we'll be kept safe. Liam looks at me, waiting for my reaction. I know, we'll go back. We exhales, relieved together. The ride back is quiet. I sit beside him in the back of the cruiser, our hands entwined, our shoulders touching. City lights blur past. The window streaks of gold and red and blue, reflecting off the wet pavement. When we arrive, the staff is waiting, worried, shaken, but gentle. They check us over, give us blankets, usher us into a quiet room, away from the chaos of the world. No restraints, no locked doors, just space to breathe. Liam sits beside me on a small couch, his knee brushing mine. He looks exhausted, but his eyes are soft when he turns toward me. You know, he says quietly, I didn't run because I wanted to escape. Why did you run? He takes my hand again, traces in circles on my palm with his thumb. Because I can't stand being away from you. My breath catches. Liam, I mean it, he says, voice steady. You make this place bearable. You make me feel like I'm not broken beyond repair. You make me want to get better. I swallow hard, emotion rising in my chest. You make me feel the same. He leans in slowly, giving me every chance to pull her. I don't. Our lips meet in a soft, lingering kiss. Not desperate like before, but full of something deeper, something steady, something real. I pull apart, he rests his forehead against mine again. We want to be okay, he whispers. Not because everything is perfect, but because we have each other. I close my eyes, letting the warmth of him settle into places inside me that have been cold for too long. For the first time since arriving at the hospital, I feel hope, fragile, trembling, but alive. And as Liam wraps his arm around me, pulling me close, I know this. Whatever comes next, healing, therapy, the long road back to ourselves, we face it together. Not as two broken people clinging to each other in the dark, but as two people choosing each other in the light. Chapter 13. The hospital releases us the same day, not because we're magically better, not because everything is fixed, but because the doctors finally agreed that we're stable enough to continue healing outside these walls. They give us medication schedules, follow-up appointments, emergency numbers, and a long list of things we're supposed to avoid. But the moment we step aside into the sunlight that feels too bright, too warm, after weeks of fluorescent lights, none of that is what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about Liam's hand in mine. I'm thinking about the way he looks at me, steady, soft, certain. I'm thinking about the fact that we're free. We don't have anywhere to go. My parents want me home, but I'm not ready. Liam's family is supportive, but lives hours away, so we do the only thing that makes sense to both of us. We find a small apartment to the edge of town, nothing fancy, nothing big, just a place with 2 windows, a creaky floor, and a kitchen that smells faintly of old coffee, but it's ours. The first night we sit on the floor, surrounded by boxes we haven't unpacked, eating cheap takeout from paper containers. The silence between us is comfortable, warm, the kind of silence that feels like a blanket instead of a wall. Liam nudges my knee with his. We made it. I smile. Yeah, we did. He leans back against the wall, stretching his legs out. You ever think about everything? The hospital, Brian, all of it? Sometimes I admit, but not the way I used to. It doesn't feel like it's following me anymore. He nods, relief softening his features. Me too. We fall asleep on the floor that night, curled under a blanket that's too thin. The heater rattling like it's trying its best. I wake up with my head on his chest, his arm around me, his heartbeat steady beneath my ear. For the first time in a long time, I feel safe. Living together isn't perfect. Some mornings I wake up shaky from dreams I can't remember. Some days Liam gets quiet, retreating into himself until I touch his hand and come back. We argue sometimes about dishes, about medication reminders, about who forgot to buy milk, but we always find our way back to each other. We go to therapy, we take our meds, we learn how to exist in the world again, slowly, carefully, like newborns learning how to walk. And in the middle of all that, we fall deeper in love. Not the desperate adrenaline-filled love from the hospital, not the kind born from fear or chaos. This love is quieter, softer, real. It's Liam. Yeah, I'm having a tongue twister moment. It's Liam making me tea when I can't sleep. It's me holding his hand during his panic attacks. It's us sitting on the couch, wrapped in a blanket, watching terrible movies and laughing until our stomachs hurt. It's the way he kisses my forehead every morning like it's a ritual. It's the way I whisper goodnight into his shoulder every evening. It's choosing each other every day, even on the hard ones, especially on the hard ones. One evening, months after we moved in, we sit on the fire escape outside our apartment, watching the sunset paint the sky in soft oranges and pinks. Liam rests his hand on my shoulder, his fingers laced with mine. You ever think about how different things could have been? He asks quietly. All the time. But we're here, he says, together. I turn to him, brushing my thumb along his cheek. Yeah, we are. He kisses me, slow, gentle, full of everything we survived and everything we're still learning. When he pulls back, he smiles in a way that makes my chest ache. I love you, Sarah. I breathe in, steady, sure. I love you too. The world below us hums with life, cars passing, people talking, music drifting from open windows. It feels big and bright and full of possibility. And for the first time, I'm not afraid of it, because I'm not facing it alone. Chapter 14. 1 year later. The apartment feels different. Lived in, warm, full of small pieces of us. The walls are covered in Liam's sketches. The couch is worn in the middle where we always sit together. And the kitchen table has a permanent ring from the mug I knock over at least twice a week. It's not perfect, but it's ours, and today it feels even more real. I stand in front of the mirror, one hand resting on a gentle curve of my stomach. It's still early, only a few months, but enough that I can't hide it anymore. Not when I want to. Liam appears in the doorway, hair messy, shirt wrinkled, eyes softened that way they get when he looks at me like I'm the only thing in the room that matters. You're staring again, he says, smiling. I'm allowed, I reply. It's not every day I grow human. He walks over, sliding his arms around my waist from behind, resting his chin on my shoulder. His hands settle over mine, warm and steady. Our daughter, he murmurs, the words soft like a prayer. I still can't believe it. I lean back into him. Me neither. We stand there for a moment, watching our reflection, two people who once felt broken beyond repair, now building a life neither of us thought we'd ever have. Liam presses a kiss to my cheek. Have you thought more about names? I smile. I have. He lifts his head, eyes bright. Yeah? Ember. The word hangs in the air, glowing. Liam's breath catches. Ember, he repeats, like he's tasting it. Like a spark? There's something that survives the fire, I say quietly. Something that keeps burning even when everything else goes dark. He turns me gently to face him, his hands cupping my cheeks. Sarah, that's perfect. I feel tears prick my eyes, but then they're the good kind. The kind that come from hope instead of fear. Liam kissed me, slow and full of emotion, his thumb brushing away a tear before it can fall. Ember, he whispers against my lips, our Ember. And that's the end of it. And like I said, I am so sorry that I did a shooting scene at the beginning and I forgot to put it in the middle. I think somewhere along the lines of it being like fixed and everything. I forgot. But this was I even put a picture of me in my car.